Thank you everybody for joining today's training. We're going to more continue in more specific topics so you are better prepared to take the test. So I created 4 new presentations to touch on those topics. And the first topic is about um, ads and ad groups, and I will add to it. To at the end, I will kind of discuss a couple of key points you need to know to pass the test. So, chapter 3, ads and ad groups. How to set up ad groups. After selecting your campaign strategy, you will create a group of ads. Each group should be relevant to the people interested in your product or are searching for online. There are 2 ways to create ad group. That's the standard and dynamic. So the standard way is you enter a set of keywords related to search and create ads to match them. And dynamic, Google use the content on your site to automate target searches and create ads. So we will cover that in a separate presentation. Create standard ad group. Standard is selected as a default as type group. Keep in mind, you can only use one type of ad group per campaign. So you cannot use standard and dynamic. Okay, so you have to choose. Now, for us, for local marketing, we use 95% standard. But you need to know for passing the test what dynamic is. So we'll cover that today. So to create an ad group, click on ad group name, set your default bid, how much you want to spend, enter the keywords, and then you have those keywords typing. You have the broad match modifier. So all we covered earlier. Then the phrase match, the exact match, and the negative match. Okay. So we went that in another section, the negative match. Then you click save, and then you create your searches. When creating your searches, one of the most important things to focus in relevance to your keywords. You want to create headlines and descriptions that match the keywords in your ad group. It's also recommended to create at least 3 ad groups per ad group. So remember that, 3 to 4. Remember that number. Enter the final URL. When somebody clicks on your ad, they will land on this page. By default, only the domain will show up. So if your final URL is like C cleaning dash commercial cleaning service, your ad will only show C cleaning. To show more of your URL on your ad, you can fill out the display URL. So you have the active URL and display URL. The difference is the active URL can have all those sub pages, and the display URL, you can say, I only want to show the main URL, or the other way around. So white 1, 2, 3 headlines. These headlines will be the blue color text on the top of your ad. Your customized URL that shows up on your ad by changing the display path. Display URL will not affect the page that people land on when clicking on your ad. So with the display URL, you kind of can do some keyword stuffing, so the ad becomes more attractive for people who search on Google search. Write up to 2 lines of description text. You can use up to 90 characters to describe your product or service and how it's relevant to your customers. So this is how it looks like, the interface. Headline 1, headline 3. This is the actual URL, and here you can enter keywords for the display URL, and those are the descriptions. And then save the ad, and typically you create 3 ads. And once that is finished, you can edit settings and ad groups and add an overview page. So key points, very important. So this kind of, you need to memorize it. You need to understand this. Your Google Ads search text has 3 main components: headline, description line, and the URL displaying your website. Do you guys agree on this? Headline, description, and the display URL. Then key point number 2, ad relevance and Ad Advisor bid make up some of the parameters that Google Search Ads Auction use to determine what ads people see. So people is about providing content, providing relevance. So the ad should be relevant to the search term. Even when you bid a lot, if somebody else has an ad what is more relevant to the search term, Google might decide to show that other ad because it's more relevant. So ad relevance is important. Key point number 3. Raising the bid amount has almost no impact on the ad's perceived quality. So you say you have a Google doesn't like your ad, you cannot fix that. You cannot fix it by bidding more. So you should do more split testing and come up with an ad that has a high click-through rate, and because it gets a high click-through rate, it gets a higher quality score. Keep it number 4. The headline component provides up to 3 fields, up to 30 characters. So you just have to memorize that, but you can memorize that. Three components, 30 characters. It has bold number 3 in it. Keep it number 5. To get more clicks, focus on creating an ad that has relevant headline and includes a current promotion. So it comes back to relevance, something people like to click on. And coupon and deals and promotion, if you can wave that in the ad, that will be one of the reasons that people might click on your ad and not on somebody else's ad. Keyword number 6. Google Ads generates responsive searches by ads by mixing and matching headlines and description lines that have been provided. So by responsive search ad, Google is mixing and matching the ad information to see which ad eventually works the best. Keyword number 7. The more ads present an ad group, the more options you will have to success in an auction. It is recommended to have 3 to 5 ads per ad group. So typically what I do is start with 1 ad because I want to have the campaign running as soon as possible. But then once the campaign is running and I get impression and Google has approved it, I'm going to create at least 2, but I should do at least 3 to 5 because you don't know which ad converts the best. You don't know. So you have to test it out, which ad converts the best. And once you have a good converting ad, you pause the other ads and you start again with creating 2 new ads. So you will always have 3 in the mix. Keyword number 8. The 3 main factors that determine ad quality are, okay, click-through rate, landing page experience, and ad relevance. To make it simple, I always focus on click-through rate. Click-through rate. If click-through rate is high, your campaign is running well. Okay, and that concludes the training about ad groups. Any question about this before we jump to the next training? Okay, then let's jump to, we already touched base on it, create a dynamic search ad. So remember here, when you had the option to create a standard ad and a dynamic ad, okay? So dynamic ad is kind of a strange animal. It's something new. So I created that presentation for that. Create a dynamic search ad. So what are dynamic search ads? So Google actually crawls your website, and based what they find and think that people are interested in, they will show your ad. And actually, they create the headline for the ad. So dynamic searches are the easiest way to find customer search in Google for precisely what you offer. Ideal for advertisers with a well-developed website or a large inventory. Okay, so you have your large inventory. Yeah, there's so many products, it's hard to put that all in keywords, but Google can do that. Dynamic search ads are use your website content to target your ads and can help fill in the gaps of your keyword-based campaigns. So I use dynamic search ads when my regular ad is not performing well, and then say, okay, Google, tell me, give me some ideas, give me some keywords, but I haven't talked about it. So that's where I use it for. Dynamic search ad headlines and landing pages are almost generated using content from your website. So Google will create the headlines, which keep your ads relevant and save your time. All you need to do is add a creative description. Without dynamic search ads, even well-managed Google Ads accounts with many keywords can miss relevant searches. So you kind of want to ask Google, do you have ideas for other keywords what might work? Experience delays getting ads written for new products or get out of sync with what's actually available on advertisers' websites. How headlines work. Dynamic search ads use content from the landing page on your website to target the ads to search. So Google is using your website content and they will create the headlines for the ads. Dynamic search ads are dynamic generated headlines that target relevant search based on user search and the text that's most relevant to your landing page or domain. When you submit your page, domain, website, product feed, Google will crawl technology will find text that can be used for headlines relevant to the page content, which can then drive more search to your page. So this is another way to drive traffic to your website. So normally, typically, traditionally, you do it with keywords, but now you let Google help you to find those website searches to drive traffic to your website. So the benefits. Here are some benefits of using dynamic search ads. Save time. I don't feel is a big benefit, but it can be if you have a lot of products on your website. Normal mapping keywords based on adding text to each product on your website. Plus, dynamic search ads may help you advertise to new markets faster than alternatives. So, point number 2 is important. Show relevant, dynamic, generated headlines with your ads. So the headline is dynamic. When a customer search is relevant to your product or service, Google will dynamically generate an ad with a clear headline for the most relevant page on your site. So that's a big thing. Capture additional traffic. Dynamic search can help you gain additional traffic and sales by identifying new serving opportunities that you aren't already targeting with keywords. How to create dynamic search ad is kind of easy if you know that the option exists. So normally, when you create an ad group, you just select standard. Actually, that's the default setting. But now you choose this drop down and you choose dynamic. You give it a name and then you enter your website URL. Or you can also enter your main service. You can, but it's optional, enter keywords. So you don't need to give keywords, but you can. So this is all what you need to give. And when you have done that, remember what is an ad? Is a headline, description, URL. You still provide the description to the dynamic search ad, but you do not provide the headline because Google is crawling the website, coming up with headlines, and based on the content on the website, they will target visitors, people who are searching for your product or service. So here are the most important key points, and I want you to kind of confirm if you understand those. Key point number 1, with dynamic search, you provide a list of web pages. Agree or not agree? So you enter the domain. you provide the URL to Google. Keyword number 2, dynamic search that brings value to an advertising. It creates new ads automatically and finds traffic and advertising you might miss. So Google is using their database, their knowledge to drive traffic to your website. And they use your website to create an idea what you sell, what you offer, and then target traffic. And keyword number 3 is description line is part of a search ad that is not. Description line you need to provide, but the headline is created by Google, and they also provide the keywords kind of in the back end. You can also provide keywords, but Google is doing, I don't think they work with keywords in that sense. They work with an audience, and they know certain audience looking for your service. Does that make sense? And this concludes the dynamic search ad. Any question about this? You guys think when they ask you those key points, you know the answers in the test? This, you might need to know that. Okay. Budget. So let me cover the budget. Slideshow. Actually, Google Ad Extension. Let me do first Google Ad Extension. That's kind of a logical addition to the ads. Google Ads Extension. So what are Google Ads Extensions? Google Ads Extensions allow you to put more information about your business in the main body of your text ad. Extension format includes call button, location information, links to specific parts of your website, additional text, special discounts and offers and more. This extra information can boost your click-through rates and increase the amount of customers. So below, we walk you through the setup of the following Google Ads extensions: the location extension, the call extension, the site links, the call out, the price, and the image extension. Location extension. With location extension, you can extend your information in your ad by showing your business phone number, address, map marker, and distance and direction from Google user to your address. All that information makes it easy to potential customers to reach you, and it will drive more targeted traffic. Okay, if they like the location, they will click. If they don't like the location, they will not click. So it increases the value of the click. Location extension can show your business information in various networks, on mobile devices, on computers, and a search network, display network, and Google Maps. Location extensions are charged as usual for clicks on your ad, as well as for certain interaction that extensions provide, like clicking on a call button or a link. How to set up location extension? Okay, on the left you see add extension in the page menu, and then click on extension at the top of the page. So it's pretty straightforward. Okay, and I select location extension, and then you link it to your Google My Business account, and it automatically fetches that information from the Google My Business account, what the address is. Okay, it needs to be a real address, cannot be a fake address. So how does Google make sure there's a real address? They link it to the Google My Business account. Call extension. Call extension enable you to add phone numbers to your ads, which encourage potential customers to call you directly. With call extension, you can significantly increase click-through rates. Call extension make it one of the easiest ways to add a phone number to an already existing ad. Normally, when you put the phone number somewhere else in the text, there is a chance that the ad may be disapproved, but you can do it as a call extension. So the best way to include a phone number is by using a call extension. The clicks on your number calls the same as the headline clicks, and you can easily track your conversion by using on-call reporting and counting every call as a conversion. Call extension can be added to the account, campaign, or ad group level, but if you add all three, only the most specific extension will be used. So in this case, at the ad group level. So if you do local marketing and the business likes call, use call extensions. Besides the sales network, call extensions can appear on the display network, but do remember that call extensions on display network will only appear on mobile phones and cannot be used for display remarketing campaigns because you are used to click on a mobile phone to call. Cost for call extension would be the same as you would normally be charged for click on a regular ads. Plus, you would be charged for certain interaction that the call extension would provide, like clicking on the call button. Call extension come in two forms: your phone number or call button. So how does it look like? So you have the ad and you see that phone number. On the mobile, it shows the number and it also shows the phone number, and you will click on it to start the call. So how to set it up is kind of the same as every extension. You click on as an extension and you click on extension and then you choose the call extension. So the interface to set up is very easy. Select whether you want to add the call extension to your account, campaign, or ad group, and then select create a new to make a call extension if you previous call extension. So here you add the number and then you just add it to your campaign group and click save. Then you have site links extension. So this is the third one. To add more links to your page, so if your website has multiple pages, they probably have multiple services. So for each service, you want to create a link, a site link. To add more links to your ads, you can create site links extensions. Site links are the blue links that you can see in the Google search results. See image below. I will show it in a second. When people click on search a link, they will be taken to specific pages on your website. This way, you can send traffic directly to what they want to know or buy. So the click becomes more relevant, more targeted, more value. So remember, extensions is not only to get more clicks, but it is also helping to get better clicks, more targeted clicks. You can add satellite extensions at the account, campaign, or ad group level. You specify the link text, what show to the people, and the URL, the page they click to. Silent extensions can be used in search campaigns and in video campaigns. In search campaigns, you can show a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 6. Minimum of 2, maximum of 6 silence on the desktop. And on a mobile device, the minimum is 1 and the maximum is 8. Video campaigns have a minimum of 2 sidelines and a maximum of 4. The cost of a click on a side link is the same as the cost of a headline in the same ad. So the cost is about the same. Signage offer more opportunities for you to click on or within your ad. The good thing, dog, is you won't be charged for more than 2 clicks per ad impression. And if somebody double clicks on an ad, it will be called invalid or just counted as 1 click. So how to add the side link extension? Same thing. You click on ads extension. You select extension, then you click on side link extension, and then you select the account, and then use existing, and then create a new one. And you see here, and then you enter the text and the link, text and the link, text and the link. Okay. Enter this text about your link in the description field, optional but highly recommended. When you fill out bold lines of description, your site link may be eligible to show with these details. So the interface to set up those site links, actually the extension, is very easy in Google. Use them to the max. And I click on save. Okay. Then you have the call out extension. So it's down, mix it up with call only. Okay. Call out means I can put some keywords to the ad. Okay. I can tell something more what stand out about my service. Call out extension, you let you promote special offers to shoppers, like for instance, if you offer free shipping for 24-hour customer service. So you can show some special words, promotion, coupons, or whatever to have your ads stand out to the crowd. You can add callouts at account, campaign, or ad group level. Callout extensions offer a lot of flexibility. For example, they let you create your own callout tags, specify where to add them, in which order, and schedule when you want them to show up. You can show a maximum of 10 callouts in addition to the text of your ad. The amount of callouts you show depends on the character spacing, browser, and device using. You will be charged for callout extension the same as you would normally be charged for clicks on your ads. So here's an example, like no setup fees, cancel anytime, free 24/7, no contact. Those are all callouts, which makes the ad more stand out of the crowd. So if to me, no setup fees is important and an ad has that text, another ad has not that text, I'm more intrigued to click on that ad. How to create callout extension is always the same. Add an extension, click on extension, and choose callout extension. You enter the information, you see the callout text 1, callout 2, callout 3. It's very simple, and then you save it. Very simple. Good, let's save. So the number 5th, price extension. Price extension will allow you to show a price for your product or service, which helps you showcase them better and will link potential customers directly to what they interest them or your site. You find price extension below your text and desktop and mobile, and they give you more space to tell people details about what your business offers. So you can offer products from your site if you have product pages. The show has a set of 8 cards that people can view to see different optional prices. Once on your price menu, people can go directly to that item that interested them on your site. So you again, you put details to your ad, and maybe you were looking for a classic collection or thick press collection, and if you see that, you're more likely to click on it. So the same kind of thing, create price extension on the left menu, you go to add extension, you click on extension, and then you select price extension, and you select account, and you create a new one, or select an existing one, and then you have this interface. So the header, the price, the description, the final URL, and for the mobile, you can even choose another URL. So you don't need to use a different final URL for each row if you have one available. Extension can be up to 25 characters per header and 25 characters per description. Your description header may be shorter for display on narrow mobile screens. For requirements specified to each type of price extension, consult the next section of this article. Keep in mind that your extension may also sometimes appear without description. The price you provide may be truncated around for display on mobile. For example, if you show the price is 12,345.67 cents, this might show as 12,000.4K. So that is kind of the things you details how you enter and handle the product sales. And then you save. So image extension, also that is possible. You don't see them much. If you can, image extension are like the word says, an extension of your ad with an image. By uploading a relevant image, you can enhance the text in your ad, which can encourage more potential customers to click on it. You can upload PNG, JPEG, and static GIF. Create new images, extension, image extension, select the campaign, select images, and upload the image. So it's pretty straightforward. Follow the interface. Okay. And then to make changes, you can even use the pencil and save. Good. Summary. This is where you need to shine. So call extension. You'll focus on driving phone calls for your business. Agree? When you are focused on driving phone calls for your business, you use call extension. When do you use location extension? You operate many retail stores and you want the potential to see the distance from their location to your store, correct? That is when you want to show the location. Site link extension. You are interested in directing people to a specific page on your website. And then you have the structured snippets, like the call out. You want to describe this feature of this product for yourself before customers click on the ad. The structured snippets. Good. I think it is kind of half knowledge, but it's also logical. So keyword number 1, you want to kind of memorize this. The key objective, so I mentioned this a couple of times during the presentation, the key objective in delivering an ad extension is providing people with the right information at the right moment. Ad extension assists companies generating more qualified leads by providing people with relevant information. So you show the phone number, you show the address, you show the call out. You provide more details to your ad. So if they click on it, they are pre-qualified because they have more information. The primary benefit of using structured snippet extension in your ad is to give users specific information about what you're offering before they visit your website and actually read before they click on the ad. You don't want that they clicking ad and not following through, that they not call or whatever the action is. Search ad extensions matter because they increase engagement and influence ad quality. So you qualify them, but also you make the ad more attractive so they will click on it. Keyword number 2, seller rating extension is only available as a full automated ad extension. So seller rating, that means that you have those stars from Google My Business, and you can and Google will by themselves decide if they show them up. You don't have control over that. Use at least 3 extensions for each campaign. So try to use 3: the call, the location, and the call out. Call, location, and call out. Those are easy. At the time of each auction, your ad will be assembled with the most appealing extension. More eligible extension give your ads more opportunity to meet user specific needs. So Google will automatically show the ad extension what they have the best experience with. Keyword number 4. 4 is the maximum number of actions that can show for a particular query or device at given time. So Google can show up 4 extensions at the same time. So that's another reason to have at least 3 ad extensions created. Because if they show all 3 and sometimes 4, your ad takes a lot of real estate on the first page of Google. So very likely that the searcher from Google will see your ad, and if it is attractive and they feel I'm qualified, it's for me, they will click on it or not. Make sense? Keyword number 5. Free returns an example of an effective call out extension. So you remember this call extension where you can add those call out extension without link, but give you some more idea about what your business is about. So if you run an online shopping cart or sell products, when you see free returns, and I like that as website visitor, I might be more likely to click on an ad than another ad. Keyword number 6. Automatic extension can give you more robust ads and a more chance to win new customers. When an automated extension is predicted to improve your ads performance, Google adds automatic range and display it below your ad. So if your extensions are created well and website visitors click on it, Google will automatically show more and more that ad extension. Side link, call out, the structured snippets ad extension that can serve automatically. Good. So this concludes ad extension. All this training will get uploaded in the members area. This particular training will get uploaded to ad extension. Any question about ad extension? What do you guys think? You need a break, or you can do the last training? So very important is that you kind of understand those keynotes. Okay, in order to understand those key points, you need to understand the content. If you understand those key points, you will pass the test. Make sense? What do you think, Shasta? So I created I created a couple of new presentation. So to handle those key points and let them make you to understand. Huh? Good. Budget. That's the last one. Budget and bidding. How to set up your budget and bidding. Enter your daily budget. So when you set up the campaign, one of the screen is enter your budget. You enter the value, how much money you want to spend per day. And then now comes Daniel. Next screen is which bidding strategy you want to choose. Now, typically, I want to do this manually. Focus on clicks if you want more website traffic. If you set up conversion and giving your specific value, you might put your money towards conversion value. So if you really have a hard conversion, then conversion makes sense. To maximize how often your ad shows, select impression share. So if you really want, if you care most that your website gets seen and you don't care about conversion, then impression share is the most logical selection. And if you want sales or leads, the best focus is conversions. You have another option to select bid strategy. Google says not recommended, but for a new campaign, I typically start with manual cost per click. So I have more control. I like that in the beginning because then I say, okay, I want to pay $20 for each click. So or something like that, that I know the client is happy with. Okay, and then select the bid strategy and maximum clicks. Select maximum clicks. You set your own cost per click for your ads, and I click on save. So this bidding strategy is kind of depending on what the goal is of the website. Bidding strategy conversion. So then you do cost per action. Okay, revenue. Okay, then you select target ROAS. Okay, visibility, target impression share. So you are more concerned about the people see your website, and traffic, maximize clicks. So if you say, okay, I know when people see my website, I want as much as clicks. So here are the key points. If a campaign goal is visibility, the advertiser should choose target impression, correct? Target impression share. Ad quality score and ad rank might improve using seasonal messaging during the holiday season. So if you kind of want to get more clicks, make the ad more attractive with some holiday coupon, seasonal, make him standing out of the crowd. To drive as many potential customers to a website as possible, use maximum clicks bidding strategy. So to drive potential customers, maximum clicks. Keyword number 4, you should try automatic bidding instead of manual bidding while managing successful Google Ads campaign. After a while, I added that, okay? I typically start with manual cost per click, so I have control. When the campaign is running well, I get good click-through rate, then I'm going to change the setting to automatic bidding. And I'm going to see if Google can do it better than my previous setting. They say they will do, because given the dynamic nature of Google auctions, the appropriate bid can often be a moving target that is challenging to the reach of at scale by using manual bidding. So that when you give it in the hands of Google, you kind of trust them to use your budget to the best possible case for you. Automatic bidding uses machine learning to set the right bid for every auction and does the heavy lifting for advertising on Google Ads. So I underlined it when you should try. Okay. So I'm not saying that you should keep it, but you should try it after that the campaign is running well. And get clicks and Google get information. Once Google has all kind of information, so let them give it a try if they can do better job than you with the manual cost per click. Okay, and this concludes the training about bidding. So those are the 4 training sessions we're missing. I feel to do the certification test. There will be another training next Sunday. What will cover the quality score and the performance planner. So that is where I'm going to work on this week to create a presentation for it, the quality score and the performance planner, and some general stuff. What have you seen when you have tried the automatic bidding? Yeah, 80% of the cases I like manual cost per click. So Google is saying strongly you should use the automatic bidding, and I switch to it and I try it, and sometimes it works, but I kind of feel more happy with the manual cost per click. So I give Google a chance. So I'm softened. In Google is very convinced that they do better job than you, but I'm not sure. So I would say start with manual cost per click and then try automatic bidding for a while. If it works better, then keep it that way. If it don't work better, then switch back to manual cost per click. Any other questions? This is my last presentation for today. So if you have any question about any topic we covered, you can ask. How much time do you give it? That's actually a very good question. So the problem with local marketing is that you do not get many clicks. So all those recommendations for Google, they kind of are more geared that you get 20 or more clicks per day. And they can create an audience and they can apply the automatic bidding. But with Google, with local ads, you kind of want to use the knowledge what works for local marketing with local intent keywords. So you only have, let's say, 5 clicks per day or so, because that consumes the budget the business want to spend. So it takes probably 3 to 4 months before you say, okay, now let's switch to automatic bidding. So that is a big part of it, that certain recommendation from Google does not apply so well for local marketing. How much time does it take to do the test? Is about an hour. So I had a 96 or so, a 98 score. So you can do the test, but I felt you need to have some pre-knowledge, which I had, and which I didn't emphasize enough in the previous training. So I added those modules. And if you go through the modules I created about the topic, you have enough content to pass the test. Maybe you're not getting 96, but you get at least 80% or so. And if you are smarter than me, you get 100. So will there be a training session focusing on just the test? Yes, I will give so the reason why I haven't given that session yet is because I don't want you to start the test yet. I feel not comfortable. You have received all the training to to get a high score. You will do okay, but I kind of like you do good. And I don't want you to tell me, Jack, I didn't cover something. They asked me something and I didn't cover it. There's always a chance, but I kind of want to minimize that chance. So I want to feel good when you take the test, and you should feel good when you go through my content. Any other question? So next Sunday we will do another training. We will go over quality score, and then performance planner, and then some general stuff, and then probably in 14 days from now, I cannot promise, but that could be the planning, that we cover how to do the test. Chester, you will pass the test. You went over all the training. How much does it take? What do you mean with take? Money wise, or what does you? No, that's the test is for free. You just need my information to take the test, and I haven't shared it yet, but I will. So don't worry. You will, if with those key points and with additions I give you, and if you understand my key points and the examples I give, you should be good to pass the test. But you have to understand the key points. So if you don't understand the key points, then ask me questions. I will cover them. Google is not that hard, I feel. You agree? You just kind of, how do you say that? Is it not strange that if you only would learn Google Ads and you learn nothing else, you would be able to make you have a good profession, and relative when you go to 4 years of university, you're likely to make more money with Google Ads than the university if you do it well. So that is how powerful it is when you learn Google Ads. That's how I feel. So if you understand how it all works, you have a very valuable skill learned. You learn, on top of that, you learn to create websites. You can use Rapify for that. And then it is a matter of prospecting and having some clients, get your hands dirty, do it. You learn the most by doing, and then scale it. Good. So next training is coming Sunday, same time. That's the planning. We will cover quality score and performance planner. And with that said, I really thank you guys for your attendance, and you can always shoot me in support ticket, ask some question, and I can answer either via the ticket or I will cover the next training. Thank you so much.